ahead. You can play it, Nick.
So I want guidance. I want leadership. But don't just like boss me around, you know? Like lead me. Lead me when I'm in the mood to be led. So I want guidance. I want leadership.
I think there was a longer version of it. But I don't know. It occurs to me like, so I think women really want men who can lead, but the feminism mind virus is you want a leader, but you don't want to follow.
It's so hard for you guys to understand equality. Like both people can lead each other.
No, that doesn't. Hold on, but do you want a guy to take initiative on the first date? Like
Yes.
you want a guy to ask you out?
Yeah, but I
Yep.
think I take initiative in other aspects.
What other aspects?
I make him feel good about himself. I compliment
That's
him.
not
That too.
leadership.
He should do that
Yeah,
too.
I-
It's not
Everybody
leadership.
should-
That's just complimenting
That's
somebody.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I
exactly.
take
I
leadership
agree.
with the
That's not
household
leadership.
thing. I mean,
Huh? You take
are you talking about
leadership in the
marriage or in
household?
dating? What are we talking about?
Well, obviously it
both.
starts somewhere,
Honestly,
right?
what's the
So
difference?
So you demand leadership for the first 3 months of your relationship?
I don't think anybody should be a leader here. I think they should both be working
you
together
just-
as a team.
Yeah,
there's
but
always
hold
a
on.
leader. Yeah.
I think she just doesn't like the word leadership, just like some women don't like the word submission. So I think she just has an issue with that. Every time some ladies hear the word leadership or submission, they feel like you're putting them down. They say controlling, but I don't think that's what it is. Maybe what Brian should say is someone who's gonna make the big decisions. Because every time he mentions leadership or submission, she's always going to feel like she's being controlled. And it's funny because the women who are saying want leadership are married and she's not.
There's the leader in
You want
everything.
the guy to take the massive. A lot of women don't understand because you're in the privileged position
Yeah.
of being sexual selectors. You don't understand the absolutely fucking massive burden that it is for men to be the initiators in these situations and take the lead
And get
face the
rejected.
risk of just brutal rejection after
Yeah.
rejection.
That's why you shouldn't do it the entire time.
What do you mean?
Well, that's convenient for you.
Well, if a man doesn't approach the woman he's interested in, very few, maybe 1 out of 1,000 women are going to approach the man and be like, hey, I like you, can we go out? 1 out of 1,000. The other ones who may approach, it's going to be in terms of hi. She's just going to say hi to you, but she's never going to outright or be direct and ask you out. So if most men, because she's saying men should not all the time approach or ask women out, she's insinuating that the women will do, some women will ask the men out. It never happens that way, right? Even if she says she likes you, she's never going to be direct and say, let's go on a date, or I want to take you on a date. She's going to say she likes you, but she's going to wait for you to ask her out on a date to hang out. So 1 out of 1,000 of women are going to be direct. So men at the end of the day have to take the initiative and be like, hey, I like you, let's go out, and face rejection. It's part of being a man.
To say
But doesn't
because
a
men
leader
have to.
delegate tasks
whether
based on their
hold on,
team's
whatever or
assets?
idealistic worldview you want to claim there is, men shouldn't have to. Guess what? Men
Have to.
by default
I
have
didn't
to.
say they shouldn't have to.
I have a
You
question.
said sometimes.
Relationship, they should not be being a doormat for.
Okay, let me give you an
That's not
example.
being a doormat.
Generally speaking, if men just don't take the initiative ever,
It's over.
They are. That's the end of their bloodline. That's the difference between men and women. Women, you just show up,
And then the DMs come,
you just have
right?
to make yourself available. If we don't make conscious effort and attempts to actually approach women, pursue women, that's the end of your bloodline.
Yeah.
You're fucked. Women, you just
They
Dozens
sit
of
back
times.
and
If you're
the
not
DMs.
An ugly girl, and you just roll out of the bed.
Not
It
even-
doesn't matter.
Don't take
Even
care-
Even the ugliest woman is going to have more DMs, more men approaching her than the prettiest boy. That maybe unless he's a celebrity, then the celebrity may have more options or more women throwing themselves at him. But even the ugliest woman is always going to have men approaching her more than just a good looking man.
ugly
herself.
women.
Okay, yeah,
They get
sure.
fucked, but not married.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, thank you.
At
they're
least
not.
they can
They're
get
getting
that,
fuck zoned
though.
every
At
single
least
time.
they can-
No, they're
Actually,
The same amount of men get married. The same amount of women and men get married because you have to have a man and a woman to get married. Like I don't. It's not.
Yeah, but
I
we're
have
talking
a
about
question as a woman. If you have a man that asks you on a date, wants to pay for that date, opens the door for you, treats you right, continues to treat you right, and take care of you for 6 months, asks you to marry him, you marry him, and you trust him,
Good
love
question.
him, respect him, and you can agree that he's the leader. What is the problem with him being the leader if you trust his decisions?
exactly. What's the
If
problem?
I trust his decisions, then he's a good person. He can leave.
But
Whatever,
you're
that's
like,
fine.
I trust you this whole
Sorry.
time. I've trusted you until we got married. I trust you now that we're married. But now I want to have some control over some situations. Why can't you
Well,
say
no,
I'm
I-
willing
Yeah,
to?
she doesn't
I'm
like the
willing to push
control
because
word.
I trust that whatever your decision is, it's for the best for me because you love me.
If you have a loving relationship with a husband who respects you and genuinely sees the value,
That's what
in
she
you, then,
said.
Yeah, there's no problem if you submit to him. He's not going to abuse you.
Okay, so then
Right?
as a woman, I'm saying
Abuse?
As a woman,
there's no
to
area in my
tell
home where
other
I need to
women-
override my husband.
Wait, when did leadership become abusive? I don't like how she's throwing these words around. Like, these are weird words.
And say, I would like the authority here because why?
your
I don't
hu-
trust you.
Because
I don't
you
think
and
you're going to
your
make the right
husband-
decision.
I would assume your husband's probably good to you.
He's very good. That's what
Well,
we're
I
saying. That's
just-
what we're
you
saying.
never have
hypothetically.
ideas?
Do you guys assume
I
you
have
never,
ideas, and he
like,
loves and
single
respects me enough
husband-
to allow me to
Do
pursue
you
them.
assume
No, I'm
every
saying, like,
single
within
husband is
your-
going to be good in a marriage?
Okay, but
I
if,
have
if
all kinds of ideas, and
if the husband is not good, there should have been red flags from the beginning. And let's just say he just turned into this bad, abusive husband after getting married. Then she can leave him instead of, she's making it seem like the husband was abusive from the start. And she's also making it seem like every man who's in leadership position in a relationship is abusive. This is crazy.
and my husband is so amazing and respectful and loving
Okay, but
that
does that
he
apply to
lets me do
everybody?
whatever I
But
want.
so
I'm
where
literally
is that?
not
I want a
controlled.
statistic.
I'm literally not controlled because I give my husband control.
Exactly.
And he loves and
So
respects me so much.
so you're
he says
suggesting-
whatever you want, baby.
So you're
Yeah,
suggesting that
that's
every
him.
single
And that's the thing. She's married. She's not married. But she's trying to argue that husbands are abusive and controlling. But the married woman, this one, is telling her that's not true. My husband doesn't control me, doesn't abuse me. But she's fighting and fighting, trying to paint this narrative that men are just abusive people and you shouldn't let them lead.
single
Loving you
woman in the
biblically,
world, in order to
absolutely.
avoid abuse and control, should relinquish
Abuse,
no, I'm not
abuse.
suggesting
All
that.
these
I'm
abusive
asking
men.
you what the problem
Exactly.
Abusive men don't exist.
They
No,
do.
I don't think one.
They do, but you're making it seem like they're walking around the street. You walk out, every man you see is abusive. That's how she's making it seem like every man she sees, every man who's in a relationship, every woman is being abused. And that's not true. There's so many loving relationships out there, so many loving marriages. Sure, there's so many marriages being broken up, divorces, but there are also other good ones. Every relationship is not abusive. She's trying to paint this narrative like the men are just here abusing women. Like, that's not fair.
Not at all, but
Or
why
have you
are
been
all
abused?
these why
Is
are
that
all
why?
of these men that we're talking about
Abusive?
supposedly
Mistreat.
abusive?
Good
and
question.
horrible people? Like,
Exactly.
there are so many good quality men out here.
Exactly. And there's so many
men
good
get
quality
shit
women
on.
too.
And
And
it's
that's the
ridiculous.
point.
Your
so many
entire
good men.
podcast
Hold
is
on.
shitting on girls. What do you mean?
That's not true.
Strawman.
It's not a straw man. It's the
it
same
actually
thing.
is. Hold on. We can get
I'm
into
not
that.
shitting on
Wait,
all
hold on.
men.
Hold
I'm
on,
shitting
hold
on a
on, hold
particular
on,
type
hold
of
on,
man.
hold on.
I
Just
feel
like
like
you
just
guys
being
aren't shitting on
argued
all
with thinks
women.
you
You're
think
shitting
that
on a
being argued
particular
with
type
means you're
of
getting
woman.
shit on.
No, I don't.
Yeah, if you say equip towards
completely
someone, they send
disagree.
they say equip back, suddenly that's out. That's
no,
out of bounds.
completely disagree. Completely.
Well, then that's all that's happened.
To
So what-
agree with
the
her, I
whole
mean,
time you've been